The half somersault makes sense. It's usually it's billed as a self-treatment, right? So when you look at it online, people are doing it themselves. It's not a therapist-assisted treatment, but it makes sense theoretically because you're getting the posterior canals upside down, which is basically what you're trying to do with the Epley maneuver. So it makes theoretical sense. I think one of the reasons why I don't usually give it out is because one of the parts of the half somersault involves after you've been bent over, coming back up with your head rotated, and that to me seems like maybe a higher risk for displacing it into the horizontal canal. And as I think somebody noted on here, maybe it was Phillip, but the Epley maneuver also seems easier, right? Because it's mostly rolling. That half somersault involves sort of getting in a kneeling position and putting your head down. It can be a little bit tough for people who have maybe not the best mobility. Whereas the Epley maneuver, the biggest limitation is cervical range of motion. So as with most things, it depends on the individual person and what your clinical reasoning is going to be.
And, you've heard us talk about the Epley maneuver, but just for the record, for posterior canal, the Epley maneuver and the somersault maneuver have equal success rates. Here in the States, we're trained more on the Epley maneuver, so that's what we tend to use. But in other countries, they use the somersault, and it's as equally as successful, the literature shows, as the Epley maneuver. So you are getting a little of biased opinion here when you hear us talk about the Epley so much.
Mm-hmm. I really like that the Epley involves guiding through the movement and holding the head and neck in a certain position that I'm supporting kind of the whole time, and sort of having it go step by step. Being able to rest the head on my knee while the patient is having vertigo, to me it just seems like kind of a nicer way to go through it. But again, that is certainly coming from a place of bias.